All right, following 9 months of brutal fighting on Iraq's second largest city, officially freed now at this hour from ISIS control. Iraqi troops pouring into the streets of Mosul, celebrating this major victory that was years in the making. Here to react, former Green Beret commander and Fox News contributor, retired Lieutenant Colonel Michael Waltz. Michael, how significant is this, and how was a group of Iraqis who ran from the fight 3 years ago able to win the fight this weekend?
Well, the short answer on how they were able to win the fight was, frankly, with a lot of U.S. support, close air support, and advisors on the ground. But, Brian, this was the easy part. The hard part is going to be governing Mosul and the surrounding areas. A big part of the force on the ground were Iraqi Shia militias that are controlled by Iran. And it's not clear how much the Iraqi army controls those groups and has influence over those groups, and doing it in a way that doesn't alienate the Sunnis. You're still going to have ISIS running around in the background in insurgency mode. And then you've got all of the groups that they brutalized, the Yazidis, the Kurds, and others that are going to be seeking revenge. So they've got a big task on their hands.
Secretary of State Tillerson has to get down with the body and say, I need a deal with the Sunnis and Shia right away. Meanwhile, the other major threat, General, is this. North Korea. What exactly did they bring to the table last week that got everyone's attention? Let's take a look at some of the different test sites that they've had over the last year or so. For example, in terms of their missiles, look at the progress they've made. In terms of a normal ballistic missile, look at the range in which they have, the Scud missile, right? So you have medium range. So these are the areas, after a successful test site, this is the area that would be in danger. That was not as alarming as the next phase, because this is what we witnessed last week. An intercontinental ballistic missile, 2 stages. Who's in danger?
Well, essentially the western United States, but particularly Tokyo and Seoul, our allies that we're treaty bound to protect. Now, keep in mind, we're deploying the THAAD missile defense system, which is highly accurate, although the South Korean government which is new and left of center, has some real concerns. That has a high success rate. Where I'm much more concerned is our ground-based missile defense that's in Alaska and California. That only has about a 50% success rate. So I don't want to roll the dice with having an ICBM in the air, possibly with a nuclear weapon, heading to the United States with only a 50% chance of taking it down.
And real quick as we go, let's just see what the Korean Peninsula has as an answer. The South Koreans have some substantial ground forces. They do have their own missiles, so there is more of a deterrent there. We're ready to take this fight on, although there'll be no winners in the long run, except for there won't be a North Korean leadership.
Look, Brian, the trump card that Kim Jong-un has, for lack of a better term, is his artillery aimed at Seoul, and it's going to take a long time to take that out before they start raining it down.
Mike Waltz, thanks so much.